remember the big chicken store over here?
Uh-huh.
This is the only place in town you could get a porcelain Black Panther lamp, a chili cheese dog, and a velvet painting all at one stop.
Is that the one over here by the brass rail?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That place was great, though.
Somebody stole the big chicken.
Yeah.
Remember that?
No, there's a chicken someplace else I saw. There's a big chicken sitting somewhere. I'm trying to remember where
Delta.
it was.
In Delta,
In
there's
Delta,
one. There's
yeah.
that one blow-up one they have.
No, this is
And then they have like
statue
a yeah.
somewhere.
Oh, well, this one they have like a. I forgot a picture of it because I sent it to Josh. But it's like a chicken outside some chicken wing place, and it's like a.
Okay, on Main Street, there's that chicken place. Yeah. So the red light's on.
Chickens.
Oh, hello.
Chickens. So we're back.
Oh no, they caught us talking about chickens. Before we start recording, it gets real deep in here.
Yes, the conversation. So we're back again with another episode of General Crap. It's been so long I forgot what we were.
We're here.
It's Corporal Crud.
Yeah.
Major
Crud.
Major Caca or
Something like that. Major caca.
We first started doing this, I photoshopped a picture of General Crap for him. It's just a piece of crap with
the uniform and everything. It's on the phone somewhere. If I still have it. If I have it, we'll post it.
Yeah, I mean, I really think it needs to.
It has to be shown the General Crap.
I don't know how you just don't have a Michelle file that's just
Is those like that, like-
overflowing
I
with
do.
digits.
It's called Messenger.
Yes.
I save everything because I delete the junk out of my Messenger that comes, but then there's the whole Michelle thing.
When I die, it's just gonna be Dio up there doing my eulogy. Like, okay, we're starting right here.
Slideshow.
Yeah. I'm going to bring up Messenger and,
So the other day, this is funny because the other day I decided I'm gonna have an action figure made of myself.
Oh, I've seen those. They're awesome.
Yeah.
How do you
I
do
really
that?
wanted to do that for Christmas, and Rich vetoed it. But anyways, I'm sorry.
Okay, so this guy does movie props down in Albuquerque. So he's the sculptor for whatever film,
Oh,
movie,
sorry,
TV.
I'm not talking about the same thing. But go ahead.
Yeah, this guy's a sculptor for TV, movie, and what have you down in Albuquerque. So I'm, checking out his work. I'm going, this is really cool. I want an action figure of myself.
Right.
So as soon as I pay him, we'll get into the details of everything.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but
What is that? Yeah, what does that run you? You don't have to tell me.
Is it like fully posable or is it just
okay.
like,
So if I want one posable, it doesn't come out as good as detail. But if I get one that's not posable, the detail will be great.
Yeah.
The thing is Michelle did a Photoshop of me as Conan the Barbarian.
Oh, yeah.
Because
awesome.
it's gonna be of me performing. He asked me what
But
guitar I
as
wanted.
Conan.
But then I thought, oh, the Conan.
Just all stacked? We'll just call it yoked Dio.
There's
You've seen that one, haven't you?
Yeah.
The
when we
Conan?
were in
Yeah,
Vegas, we were going through the Miracle Mile shops or whatever they're called. Is it Miracle Mile?
I don't know.
8 Mile? I don't know.
I haven't been to Lost Wages in so long.
Terrible. But anyways, we're looking at all these kiosks, and there's one where you go stand still in this machine, and it does a 3D scan of you, and then it creates little like Hummel kind of porcelain sort of figurines, and I'm like, holy crap! If I owned that machine, the things I would do with it, like holy shit, I would have just wall to wall in my house of me doing random shit. Me and Eddie just hanging out, like watching TV together. I don't know, fighting aliens. I don't know, like it would be a whole series.
Just
I almost want to invest in the franchise just so I can get those
That
made.
would be pretty awesome.
But that's kind of a cool idea for a present
Yeah.
because I was trying to talk to Rich about it, and he's like, "Well, I mean, it's just you and I. Like, what? How do we pose?" I'm like, "Leave that to me.
Yeah.
leave
That's
that
the
to
least
me.
of your worries, sir.
That's my-
Why don't
like
you
a
go find
question
out
that
how
does
much
not
this
need to be
is?"
asked.
Well, as you said, fully posable, it got me thinking about my uncle. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
About 5 years ago, he called me. And
Your uncle's name was Paul Rubens, right?
Yes, Paul.
No, it was
we like to
possible.
go to theaters together.
Theaters together, yeah. He always
Hang
took you
out
to
in
the
the
movies.
He's like, that's not.
Uncle Paul, why do you bring the paper towels?
Why is there 7 rolls?
I can't. That would have been perfect for the Pee Wee Herman laugh, but I'm not good at it. So insert a Pee Wee Herman laugh.
So he calls me. My uncle's a bit of a maniac. He calls me and he tells me that he's got a will. and that what he wants done with it. This is the third thing he's told me about what he wants done with his body when he dies.
By the way, do you want something to drink?
I'm good right now. Thank you.
Okay, because I got a couple of ginger beers left in the fridge.
I will take one of those a little later. Though.
They're very good.
I love ginger beer. So he tells me that instead of being cremated, he wants to be taken to a taxidermist, have all his joints replaced so he can be fully posable, and have an air bladder inserted down here. And so he wants me to take his 400-pound body, just think of me with a blonde ponytail and no hair on top, and pose him in malls in short shorts, half shirts, and an erection.
Yeah.
Like this. That's how he's explaining it to me. And I'm on the other line and I'm like, he's really serious.
Can you file like public indecency charges against a
a dead
taxidermied person?
I don't think so. I mean, you could. They
He's
might be
a
able to file
cornball.
charges. Yeah, just put him by the clock and the mall with the short shorts and an erection and
Dress him up as Santa.
a Daddy's Little Monster T-shirt. Yeah, Santa with a drink.
Yeah.
Cops are interrogating him.
But I started thinking about it. That's a pretty good idea. I mean, you could really have fun in the
Well, that
afterlife.
guy made a drone out of his dead cat.
I know that was
That's
amazing.
awesome.
That's not awesome.
It is pretty
Yes,
awesome.
it is.
You haven't seen it.
Oh no, I've seen it.
Oh,
It's
then you
not
don't
awesome.
know.
A dead cat flying around is not my idea of awesome.
They're pretty damn cool.
One of the worst things I've ever seen. It's just, I don't know. This guy really do this?
If he was trying to freak people the fuck out,
That's it.
perfect, man. You did an
I'm
excellent
hoping
job.
that's what he was going for.
He just wanted mittens to be able to fly like I always wanted to. Fly up to heaven,
Welcome to
mittens.
Elysium.
No, it was some guy. It was just some guy that got together with his friends and like, dude, you want to fuck with my brother?
Found the cat out in the road. Got hit last night.
It's the little things.
Let's just do something cool with it.
Hey, I'm a taxidermist.
I had a cat. I kind of want to do taxidermy. I think it would be kind of interesting, but I don't want to do like. I don't want to do it for real, and I don't want to do it like artsy style. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just want to do kind of like dinner for schmucks. Like I want.
The mouse.
I want to do a bunch of mice in different like diorama situations.
Yeah.
Oh, and I can get my 3D printer, and it'll be me with taxidermied mice.
Well, just
And my husband will leave me because
you go out and get the roadkill.
Yeah. I have a dinner I'd like you to come to.
but no, we had a cat named Alex, and he was horrible. I mean, we had him forever. The thing was so old. We started calling him Pet Cemetery because I'm pretty positive he died a couple times and came back stinky and matted. But he was an outdoor cat, and he would just come in and get food, be gross, and then leave for a while. But anyways, he would scream. Like, he'd just sit in the kitchen on the counter. We let him on this one place on the counter so the dogs couldn't get his food. And the second you hit the stairs, "Rawr, rawr," like this throaty, gross, phlegmy cat meow. And he will not stop until he gets fed. My mom told me she used to lay in bed and be like, I don't want to get up yet. Like, just don't move. Because the second she'd move, Alex is like, freaking out till she got up. So Dad was out of town when Alex passed. And I wanted to go bury him in the yard. And it was frozen. It was too cold. I'm like, damn it, what am I going to do with him? And we kind of put him inside in the garage, waited. My mom and I had a little bit of wine, and we had the brilliant idea of getting him taxidermied, setting him up on his place on the counter with a motion sensor.
Oh, God.
So every time my dad went by, Which in hindsight, that's funny. I mean, it's funny when you're having a couple glasses of wine and talking about it. Yeah, if we actually did that, that's batshit crazy.
Yeah.
No, it's
Right.
not.
Well,
For my family, no.
No.
For my family, that's par, but...
yeah. That's my family.
I just would have loved to have my dad walk in and be like, well, it's not going to be the same without Alex, and walking by and just hearing, it's true!
Where did you bury him?
Tell me you didn't bury any people up there.
That would be hilarious. See, that's the kind of Mormon
Thing that goes
stuff
in
we
the
gotta start
ground and
doing
the
to our
things that come
family
back
members.
just
Yeah.
ain't the same person. Oh, man. Yeah.
The taxidermy cat. What was the guy who put I saw it was a while back, but it was an Alexa in one of those singing baths. Have you
Oh,
seen
The
it?
yeah.
big
Saw it
mouth
in
Billy
Talks,
Bass, yeah.
The big mouth bass.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty funny. And then it was going down that same little vine, whatever, and they found it was a Saturday Night Live skit about Alexa Silver edition.
Oh,
and it's
yeah.
for the elderly.
That's pretty
It's
great.
made out of wood, you know, and it'll answer to anything remotely close to Alexa.
What are those kids doing outside?
They're playing. What? They're playing. What? I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
I watched the one on last Saturday Night Live, the taco math, and it's these two girls, and I swear to God, I've been in this exact same situation as a server. Guy comes up and she goes, well, I'm going to have enchilada and a taco. And he says, oh, well, it's 2-for-1 tacos. You get a free taco. And then the other girl's like, she's like, okay, whatever. Yeah, it'll go to waste, but I'll have it. So the other girl orders enchilada and a taco. And he's like, oh, well, why don't you just take her free taco? And she's like, but I want chicken. And she's having beef. He's like, yeah, I'll make it chicken. And you can have it. You'll have her free taco. And the girl's like, but I don't want chicken. And he's like, no, you're still getting chicken. I'm just going to give her, and it goes on. And I've had that same fucking, where they're like, I'm sorry, I'm just not getting it. I'm like, how? How?
This isn't rocket
Holy
surgery.
fuck. Like, I've stood there and be like, I cannot explain it any better other than I'll bring 2 tacos and you'll each get 1 taco.
You have to hold your fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chicken and beefy, free, paid for.
The math portion of this test will be very simple.
Like, the shit I've had to explain to people, and I don't want people to feel dumb, because believe me, I've asked
they
some
are.
dumb fucking
People are
questions in
dumb.
my time.
People are dumb.
But I don't want to assume they're dumb. I want to assume that they're Michelle's, where they
Assume
just
they're dumb
said something
until
dumb,
proven
but
different.
actually are like somewhat know what's going on. No, 90% of the time they're just that fucking dumb.
Oh, yeah.
I've just stared at people before, like, how?
Yeah.
Are you like put a mirror up to their nose?
Yeah. Is there something in there? No, after owning a bar, I decided that the customer is always wrong. Always.
Always.
And humanity is doomed.
Yeah, it'll crush your soul.
And I learned that just from one person. His name was AJ. He's 47. You know, 103 pounds soaking wet.
It wasn't from Ren and Stinky.
No. Those guys are fun. No, well, Stinky. Well, I try to remember which one is which.
Stinky was the
Ren is the little skinny guy.
Ren's the little skinny one.
The night Ren went to hit Stinky with the pool cue, and
Oh.
he took it out of his hand and it knocked him over. I wasn't even like, I just give me that, and he
I don't think there was any like muscle on that man's body. I think it was just
Just bone
bones
and
and beer.
Yeah.
beer filling him kind of like a
And
spider.
the biggest glasses ever.
They hold their legs out through blood pressure versus beer pressure.
That holds his beer up.
If he died, he'd just curl up.
I saw a little Mark the other day, and I'm sure you knew Mark, little short guy, real raspy voice, like had a limp kind of. Mark's
don't know.
something else. Yeah, he was a little firecracker. But I see him around town. He's always buying scratch tickets, and it'll be like years since I've seen him. And every time I see him, he's right in front of me buying scratch tickets. And he turns around and he sees me. Hey, Michelle, says hi. And he goes, if I win, we're getting married. And leaves every single time. I'm like, all right, Mark, see you in a couple years.
You're never gonna win.
Yeah, keep chasing that dream, little buddy. And then he just scampers away like a little forest imp, just gone.
Forest
So,
Imp.
I don't know. Did we talk about the Firehouse concert? Did I tell you about that?
A little bit, but we didn't get into
Did I
it.
tell you what these guys did?
Please tell the story because it's one of my new favorites.
This is hilarious. So we go see Gandalf and I go see Firehouse. Okay, the band sounds great. They rented the venue, so that it was an early show, like 7:30 to 9 or something like
Right.
that. 7 to 9.
I mean, let's face it, we're all getting old.
We're all
Yeah.
old. You
An
know.
earlier concert's better for us.
No opening act. They sounded great. So during their big hit, I finally found the love of a lifetime. A guy proposes to his girlfriend.
Right.
Okay. And the singer says, I'd take it. She said yes. I was like, oh, that's cool, you know. Guy proposed. Concert's over. I'm standing hanging out. And this guy comes up to me and he's like, I know you. He recognizes me. So he comes over. We're sitting there trying to talk. What I should have said was, did we do time together? You know, I should have said something like that, you know. Because And now that
Clinton
I've
was
said that, I can't do that. You know.
Right.
Everyone's got their like run through their head. Was I a dick to you when I was bartending?
Yeah.
Are you like just sneaking up on me with your fake niceness? Who are you?
So we're trying to figure it out. It doesn't matter. But he tells me he's the guy that proposed to his girlfriend. I was like, oh, that's cool, man. You know, that's cool. And he says, you know, something about he's been married before. You know, I said, well, he did something special for her, and you know, doing that. He says, I asked the band to help us out. I said, and they wanted $1,000. $1,000.
No, you
so that he
you
could
missed the
propose.
best part about
Oh, wait.
that he owns Dippin' Dots.
Well, that too. but I wasn't going to single him out like that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you bleep that, John? He owns the dumbest business in the world. Can I say that? Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I wasn't going to single him out like that. But yeah, so you know, the band wanted $1,000 for him to propose to her. So then he sits there and tells me that, you know, I said, well, you made it special. You still did, you know, it was cool. He says, yeah, I've been married before, but she's never been married. I said, oh, that's, you know, that's way cool. You did it during the song and everything, you know. And he says, yeah, we've been together like 3 years. She's got 4 kids.
She's never been married.
Never
before.
been married.
She's putting in work.
What did I say? All the tread on the tires and never reaching the
Never reached
destination.
destination.
It's like
Yeah.
driving to Maine and crapping out in Rhode Island every time.
Every time.
Sorry,
We
New,
made it to
New
Little
Jersey.
Yeah. Drop something new here. I mean, seriously. Never been married, 4 kids. I was like, holy crap. And it's everything I had to hold back.
Oh.
I had to hold back my whole, oh, fuck, are you know, my oh
Are
shit
you
reaction.
thinking this through, buddy?
Yeah. I mean, if they're happy, they're happy. That's
Right.
great, you know. But I mean, just blew me away. But here's the funny thing. So after that happens, Gandalf goes and buys merchandise. And the T-shirts say 25th anniversary tour.
Right.
The band's been together 28 years. So they're using old stock,
Oh, God.
still selling it.
Yeah.
And then he's looking at the CDs and he says, what's this CD? The guy says, oh, that's their greatest hits. He goes, well, I already have that at home. It's called their first album.
Andy all sad. Oh,
That's what Gandy says.
2002.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then he goes, well, what's this album? They said, that's their latest album. We get back to Gandy's house. He's looking at their latest album and goes, you want to guess when this album was made? I said, what, like 15 years ago? He goes, exactly. 2003, their latest album.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Firehouse. I thought they all died in a fire in a house.
Isn't that how it
Apparently
goes?
not.
Well, I had friends that went to it and said they had a good time.
It was a great show, but the stuff that happened
Right.
that we
That's
find out later is just freaking hilarious.
the real meat of the show.
Yeah, it's like, we saw Firehouse. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was cool.
But this guy.
But then this guy
And
bought the floor model.
he bought the floor. Some people have laid on it, but it's totally
It's
fine.
totally fine.
We sprayed some Febreze on it. It'll get through the door. You'll be fine. That's terrible, but yeah, you gotta think that kind of shit through. Jesus Christ.
I mean, we've all dated women with, well, minus Michelle.
Yeah.
But we've all dated women with kids and stuff like that. It's no
Oh,
big
yeah.
deal. I mean, if you're happy, you're happy. Great.
Yeah,
Congratulations to
definitely.
you.
Yeah, you do you.
Congratulations to you. It's just the
The
shock.
way that you presented
right,
that
when you
is
say it.
weird.
Yeah.
And
Why
you're
do
like
you do
bragging
that?
that she's never been married, like that's important.
But she has 4
But
kids.
she has 4 kids, like
Yeah.
just strange.
It was
People are strange.
strange when you're a stranger.
Faces.
Look ugly when you're alone.
Yeah. I'm glad I wasn't alone that night either.
Women seem wicked.
Yeah, but you had Gandhi up there buying 10-year-old merchandise. It's like he was a good wingman for you to get you out of that situation.
Check it out.
Taking Gandy anywhere as a wingman? Oh, fuck. He sits there, holds his lighter up during the love of a lifetime, holds his lighter up, and then he puts his arm around me, and he's singing in my fucking ear. You know? It's a good
Awesome.
crowd there,
That's
and there's
awesome.
Gandy with his lighter singing in my ear.
Yeah.
You know?
Just
Oh,
gotta have
don't.
somebody to hold. Everyone needs a bosom for a pillow.
Yeah. Mine's Gandalf.
Here's a Gandalf. That may be the best statement in history out there. Gandalf is my bosom pillow. It was an excerpt from The Hobbit, you know.
Yeah, exactly. It was left out.
It was left out.
We're
Yeah.
gonna leave that part.
They try to take
You know
out
what
all
they
the
were
sort
doing?
of like
They had to
questionable
decide.
stuff.
They had to decide at the end. Do we show that Gandalf was his bosom pillow, or do we do the sensuous look that Samwise gives him?
Yeah.
Which scene shall we go with?
I mean, the suggested is always better than,
And that's what they
outright.
used.
Well, and Ian McKellen's nipples are, yeah.
Well,
That wasn't very good.
that
for
wasn't
TV,
good.
I like them.
but He's been milked a lot.
Did you ever see Clerks 2?
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Dude, when he comes in the office and he's like, "Do we have a mop? I just made him Lord of the Rings super fan puke all over." It's one of my favorite lines of a movie ever.
Yeah, that's a great
Here's
one.
the first movie.
Yeah.
He's like, "Here's the third movie."
The dude flips his shit
All they did was walk.
and cry. Cry and walk.
The best part of that whole movie is when he's going through the difference between Anne Frank and Helen Keller. I laughed so hard. So who the fuck is Helen Keller? She was the one that was all until the miracle worker came and smacked some smarts into her. No, that was Helen Keller. Well, who the fuck is Anne Frank?
Yeah. She had a diary.
And people say that movie sucked.
Oh, it was
I love that.
fantastic.
That movie's
I loved
great.
it. Yeah.
I love that movie.
No, it was great.
Yeah. Those are some of the. Both of those movies were awesome. I laughed my ass off. I did the same thing. Clerks 2 sucked. Well, it wasn't black
No,
and
it
white.
wasn't.
Yeah, it
suck.
wasn't that like,
Well, like when on
super indie, grainy, black and white,
Yeah.
like just all conversation. It was just goofy.
It was
Yeah.
funny.
I like
So
funny.
was Jane and Silent Bob Strike Back. The
Classic.
best line in that movie is I can't remember the guy's name. He used to be on. The hell was he on? The Drew Carey show?
Oh, geez, Rick Bader.
Yeah, and
Oh,
he
yeah,
says,
the
and when it's
security
all
guard.
over, say, "Oh, what a lovely tea party." That's the greatest line. It's like, really, I've heard that one somewhere before.
I love when they're leaving the diner and Will Ferrell's trying to bust him and they have the monkey dressed up. And he's like, "Sir, I believe that's a pair of homosexual men and their adopted child." He's like, "I'm sorry. Go ahead. Live your lives. We here in Nevada don't judge. Take your son. Be on your way. Go in happiness." They're like, "Yeah, thanks, man. Fuck you."
Yeah, that was a good, and Mark Hamill got to play Cock Knocker.
Yep. You know where I saw that movie? The theater across the street over there by Kmart and
Oh,
in the
yeah,
Big Lots
the
parking lot.
twin.
Yeah, that's where I got to see that movie.
The Monument.
I
Twin.
remember watching Natural Born Killers in that theater, and I ate way too many of those like trucker pills, the cross tops.
Oh God, Lucille.
Could not deal with that movie whatsoever on that many caffeine pills. Just all,
They're just like,
what the fuck is going on? Is that Robert Downey Jr.? I can't do this. I need to go outside.
that was a great movie.
It was a great movie.
I
Not
love-
on trucker pills, but it was a great
I had
movie.
a little fun with that and some mushrooms, and I did not make it through the movie. I'll tell you that.
A Scanner Darkly, I couldn't make it through, and I had done the smallest amount of mushrooms, but it was
can't
the
do
like
that
changing
shit anymore.
faces, and it wasn't like I don't like tripping out. I don't like being out of control of my body. That's why I don't like smoking weed because I'm
Yeah.
can't figure shit out.
Hey everyone.
Yeah, hi! Oh, that was too loud. I gotta go.
She talks all loud. It's the greatest thing. She doesn't know it either. Like she-
The worst thing about when I'm high is that I'll have a conversation going in my head and then out loud we'll say something. So I think that this conversation's been going on the whole time and I'll be doing something else. I'm like, that sounds good about Friday. We should definitely do that. And everyone looks at me and I'm like, oh, is that not... Were we not talking?
not
I
what
need
was
to go.
Crickets.
I'm gonna go sit in my car for an hour because I'm totally sober.
Well, I
Shut
can't-
up.
I can't smoke pot unless I'm going directly to bed. I had an incident a couple years ago where I was helping a friend out and he had some hash and I smoked it. And on my way home, I realized how bad I was. And I was only an eighth of a mile away from my
Yeah.
house where I was. And I had to pull over. And all I could think of was like, how high am I that I can't drive an eighth of a mile? I had to call my wife. I had to call my wife.
I'm at the bottom of the hill.
Where are you? I'm in a glass case in emotion. I'm stoned and I can't drive. She made so much fun of me for that. She was like, "You're too stoned to drive." I was like, "Oh yeah."
I was
Yeah.
leaving band practice, and I could feel that bad tension headache coming on. So D-Ray's like, just smoke some pot. Like, smoke real quick and then just get home. Because that's my thing. I don't want to be around people.
Yeah.
He's like, just smoke, go home, go to bed. It'll work great. I'm like, all right. So I smoke really quick, get in my car. And right as I'm pulling up, I feel it. I'm like, sweet. I'm home. So I get home, and I realize my husband's asleep. And I thought I heard him get up. So I'm like, oh, God, I don't want him to know I'm stoned. Yeah, so I go out the back door. I lived in this apartment upstairs. I go out the back door and sitting on the stairs. I'm like, man, I hope he doesn't see me. I'm like, wait a minute, Michelle, reel it in. What's worse? That he wakes up, he goes, you okay? And I go, I smoked a little bit of pot 'cause I had a headache. And he's like, okay, just glad you're home, and goes to bed. Or is it worse that he wakes up, your car's there, you're not?
Yeah, right.
Good plan, good thinking. This is the best place for you to be, is on the stairs at 4 a.m. Like, he'll never know. Fucking go to bed, Michelle.
That's why I can't do it anymore, because it just makes me just...
I have not had a good time smoking pot in the last 10 years. And so rarely that I do it. Actually, correction, Kyle Henry one time was in town and came over to my house, and we watched cartoons and smoked pot.
Yeah.
And he fell asleep like spread eagle on my floor, like, face down, I think with his pants like half falling off. Tacos or something with him, and I'm like, oh, it's good to have you home, Kyle.
Bubby's
Missed
stories
you.
about Kyle are the best. My son went to Nebraska with Kyle, and for an entire summer they lived in a tent. It was misery for
This
them.
this is a big part of why we gave that kid the car, because I'm like, he wants a car so bad. He slept in a tent with Kyle for an entire summer. Like,
Right?
I
And
feel
Roger.
like, yeah, and Roger. I feel like we should reward him. That's hard work right there.
The late afternoon calls from him were hilarious. And he calls me one day and he tells me the story. It had been raining and they were selling peaches. So nobody was out. It was been just raining a ton. So they'd just go to movies. They saw every movie they put out last summer. And I don't remember what movie they were there. Oh, they went to see Atomic Blonde.
Oh, okay.
And this is why Bubby and Roger stopped sitting next to Kyle in the movies. They would go in with him, but they wouldn't sit next to him. If you know, Kyle Henry is very loud. Very loud. And they sat down, and they were getting into the movie, and he'll just blurt shit out in the middle of the movie.
Yeah.
Sure.
Do you see that gun?
Yeah.
He's got.
So
You see it?
everybody So Bubby and Roger
It's me
are sitting
stoned,
next to
basically.
him.
He has
Yeah.
he doesn't know how to
Always.
modulate his voice.
So they're sitting next to him, and there's a spot in the movie where there's a lesbian love scene.
I saw the movie.
And as soon as it hits that scene, Kyle stands up in the back of the theater and he says, now we got ourselves a fucking movie. That's what I paid for. And Roger said Bubby was trying to get away right away. He's like, excuse me, can I get past you?
These strangers picked me up on the street. I'm uncomfortable.
Stranger danger. He's looking for his rape
That's
whistle.
Kyle. Yeah, that's Kyle.
I went to the movies once with Michelle. It was just Michelle and I to go see
Split.
Split. Split. And they're doing the commercials for one of the Fast and Furious movies. Mm-hmm. And she's sitting there going, they have tanks now? And there's only it was us.
Tanks?
It was us, I think 2 other people in front of us and 2 people behind us. Okay, that was pretty much it. Mm-hmm. And like, they got tanks now? I was like, yeah, apparently so. So we're sitting there watching it, and all of a sudden the submarine pops through the ice. She goes, is that a fucking submarine?
This franchise has gone off the fucking rails.
She goes off like that.
Oh, yeah.
Is that a fucking submarine? I lose it. She's still going up. Everybody's laughing. Yeah. But I mean, I wasn't expecting it like that.
But she's right. The Fast and Furious, I was bored the other night and I was going through HBO because I had the streaming service. And I came across The Fate of the Furious. And I'm like, and there's nothing else on.
What number is that?
That's the last one, 8.
8.
That's the one with the fucking submarine.
They keep
Like, we
saying
used
it's
to
the
make
last
fun of like
one.
Rocky 8, but there's actually 8
There's
of
8
these
of those.
trashy movies.
The only way that movie would have been watchable is actually if they got taxidermied the body of Paul Walker and had him driving the
Fully
submarine.
So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna watch this. The last one I had watched was bearable. You know what I mean? Like, I got up a lot and I went into the kitchen. I missed
Right.
half the damn movie.
That's why it was
watch
bearable.
Yeah, right. So I'm watching it, and I'm like, I make it through like 12 minutes of this. I get to the part where The Rock has his girls' soccer team, and they're doing the Moai chant, like trying to intimidate the other
I'm not even
8-year-old
gonna ask,
girls,
yeah.
right? And I'm just like, I can't do it.
The Maori.
Yeah. And I turn it off. I'm just like, and right as that Bubby comes in, and I think he thought I was like watching some porn or something, because I was just like, oh my God. He comes in and he's like, what are you doing? And I said, well, I was just watching The Fate of the Furious. And he started laughing immediately. I was like, that is the worst fucking movie I've ever seen, and I only made it through 12
minutes.
12 minutes and 38 seconds. Because now I go through HBO and it'll hit on there and it reminds me that
You're
I
all,
actually watched
no.
12 minutes and 38
Right.
seconds of this dumpster fire. So why would you just keep... Well, you know why? Because people are going to go.
They go.
They're going to be like, ooh, Fate of the Furious. I
Yeah.
haven't seen this 7
They've made so much freaking money. They got a submarine.
Yeah.
You
They
know?
got The Rock and Vin Diesel. If I was Vin Diesel, I'd be like, no.
It's him that keeps doing it.
I know, but they're calling
It's all
him like,
him.
Vin, can you imagine that pitch call? Just like, Vin, baby.
I need another Ferrari. I
I need another Ferrari. He's almost like the real live Rocky when he talks.
He really is.
Yeah, but you keep putting down Rocky.
I love Rocky.
Rocky's great. I can handle
But
Rockies.
do you remember Rocky?
Yeah, that's very.
Exactly.
That's very
I loved
Disney,
it when he's telling Adrian that he loves it. Yeah, so
Huh?
beautiful.
What? I'm sorry. You want a fruit bowl?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What? You're full. You're full of what?
And Adrian's like this really smart one. I loved Rocky though. Rocky
Rocky's
was
great.
I watch him once a year because they're just on TV.
Yeah, I watch him all the time.
I only like the one scene when he's running up the stairs. That's it.
Do you remember my phone message that sounded like Rocky?
Yeah, I sure do.
I had a phone message where I just do the mouth trumpet. And I did through the whole song, and you'd have to sit through that shit to get to my...
Like, what do you... Oh, God, what do you want? The one was when you and Roger, someone else, you were out of town for... I don't remember where you were. I think it's when you moved away.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was a late call. You went to voicemail. I was working. So tired. And I was like, oh, I'll check my voice messages. And it's just like, Michelle! Like, loud at a bar. Like, oh, fuck, I've got the phone out to here. And all you did was play, like, you and Roger and someone else, I don't know who, were like, you be here without you, blah, 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 blah. You put the phone right up to the speaker of the jukebox for My Michelle by Guns N' Roses. So I'm driving home with my phone out to here, and it's all staticky. You guys all laughing in the background, like, cool. And it lasts the whole song.
Oh, yeah, no, we're giving you every
And then
bit
it
of
just
that.
cuts out. I'm like, oh my God, she made me listen to that whole thing. There's not even a message. That's it. Fuck.
Yeah, well, the message was My Michelle.
They were thinking about you.
Yeah, we were like,
Where's all
she
my
loves Guns
poor-
N' Roses.
Yeah.
My phone's like vibrating from the noise. Like,
You can hear the speaker cracking in it.
That little tiny speaker. Hating life right now.
Oh God, I hurt my ear last week when I went over to Steve's and we were playing around, and I didn't think about it. I hadn't I hadn't picked up a guitar in like 6 months, and I sat down, and he's got this Line 6 amp, and it's sitting right in front of me, and I'm doing all right, and it was pretty loud, but I was thinking, man, I should have some earplugs or something. And right as I thought that, he started doing one of these Steve solos. They go a little while.
yeah, they go for a while.
And
He gets in the groove.
it's like pushing me up against the wall. And it's like, when there's too much trouble, it's just hitting your ear, and all you can think of is hearing loss. Oh, yeah, gee, hearing loss. And I stood up, and I stood up and finished the song, and I set the guitar down, and I went outside, and he was like, you all right? I was like, no, I can't hear you. I just burned out this eardrum with your Line 6. He's like, maybe we should turn it down. It's probably a good idea.
Maybe.
But we didn't. We completely forgot about it, and I
Yep.
went in and I burned out my other ear for the rest of the night. It was a good thing.
Yep.
And I couldn't hear Lorelai bitching at me for 2 days. Now I'm kidding.
Nothing wrong with that.
Just wah, wah,
I'm pulled
wah.
up Cleveland. It was like, what'd you? She didn't.
No. I told you about her. She's just jealous.
That's one of the best episodes ever.
You guys, those shows,
I love them.
those
American
cartoons.
Dad's really the best out of all those. I think just for Roger and for Steve, for Boys 12. really.
Yeah,
I mean,
Boys.
I love Boys 12 so much.
Boys 12 is the best.
Girl, you need a shot of B12.
I know.
So I'm Abraham H.
Yeah. The one's a girl. But she's still boy 7. And then they got beat out by boys 14.
There's gonna be boys 13. We're ruined. Genius. I really am I watched One Mississippi on Amazon, but that's because I like Tig Notaro. I like her stand up. And it's just kind of like a show loosely based on her life. And I like that show. I haven't really found anything. Black Mirror, the new season was okay. There's a couple good episodes, but
Peaky Blinders.
it wasn't really my fave. Yeah.
That's what I've been hooked on.
I've been kind of disappointed with any sort of television entertainment lately. So I've been hacking at my piano in frustration.
With the machete. Mm-hmm. Damn this thing.
Look what I made, honey. It's just a pile of wood.
Have you ever heard of Red Fang? It's like just a rock band out of Oregon.
No.
Portland. They're really good. They're fun. They have their own sound. It's nothing like out of this world, but they have great videos. And the one video they do is
Red Fang.
Red Fang. I'll check them out definitely. Yeah. They get a $5,000 check from whatever label they're assigned to make a video. And so they go from that point of getting the check to making a video, and they end up buying a 79 Impala station wagon.
Oh, jeez.
And welding metal to the front, a whole grate to the front, and they buy 87 gallons of milk and run it over.
Prehistoric dog.
A Wurlitzer, and they run that over. And the whole movie is them destroying shit in this thing and drinking.
Wow.
Beer. The whole video, I should say. But it's one of the best videos I've ever seen.
Pink is Dead. I mean, I'm really liking their song titles.
Oh, no, they're great.
Blood Like Cream?
Yeah, they're... And I'm trying to think of who they remind me of, because they definitely
Dirt
have
Wizard.
Dirt Wizard. So their videos are just drinking beer and
Dirt Wizard's a great
LARPing
name.
or something, like fighting LARPers.
Go.
And they're just a bunch of, beer. Shotgunning, Pabst Blue Ribbon.
I'm pretty sure these guys played at the theater before with 12 other fucking bands.
Yeah,
With
I would love
a
to see
Cutlass.
Yeah,
A 66, 67 Cutlass.
they're great. Oh, this is the one.
There's
This
the
is
LARPers.
Paul, call me Gorg.
Is this Dirt Wizard?
Okay, Gorg, listen,
No,
it's
this
not
is
about the hit points
prehistoric
right now. I was
dog.
just trying to work on my swordsmanship.
Totally OCD.
Sorry, look, this chainmail doesn't cover all.
Fireball!
Hey!
I always wanted to
Magic
dress up
missile.
like a dragon
Gandalf.
and just go
Nice
run through the
dress.
We
harbors.
used to have conversations about
But
that.
I'm pretty sure I'd actually get stabbed.
Right. With a blunted Nerf sword.
Ow, motherfucker!
I am the
dragon!
That guy looked like Brian Posehn in the back.
Yeah, he
It
did.
Must be
was.
the dry. That was Brian
He's in
Posehn?
most of their videos.
Is he really?
Yeah.
That somehow makes sense that he
Yeah.
would just hang out with me.
Yeah.
But they're just they get rock and roll kind of. They remind me kind of Clutch.
They sound great.
No, they're fun. I like them.
Got a decent amount of views.
Yeah, they
Oh, guess what Brendan discovered?
Uh-oh.
what did I discover?
Boney M.
Yeah!
What?
Boney M. You haven't found. No, didn't I send you some Boney M the other night?
Rasputin?
Rasputin?
No.
Oh my god.
Oh, God.
Because I showed you before and you're like, make it stop, Michelle. But it's
Okay.
amazing. You got to give it a second. It's
He
just
does-
that
I
his
think I
songs are
did.
like 40 minutes long. Is
Yeah,
the
and
problem.
he just. And they're not even really songs. He doesn't really sing. He just dances real hard. And he's got a really nice afro. And
I
he's
mean,
got
how could you
backup
not
singers.
appreciate that?
Well, his afro is perfectly coiffed at all times.
I mean, he's a showman.
I've never seen that.
Oh, this guy's amazing. He's my new favorite. Check him out.
I don't think you've ever shown me this.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm almost positive I showed you Boney.
No.
Welcome to Bundy.
You know how easily annoyed I get.
Oh yes, I know. That's why I sent it to you.
Well, I found it. I couldn't send it to you fast enough. I was like, Michelle will love this.
I discovered Boney when I was looking up the best Soul Train dancers one night, just because I was bored, and I was like, I wonder what Soul Train's up to.
Where are they now? The
Yeah.
Soul Train dancers.
I know a lot of famous people are Soul Train dancers.
Look, he doesn't really sing. He just kind of says some shit and makes
And
it
he's got a
fun.
cape.
He looks like Lenny Kravitz.
He does, doesn't he? That's what I thought too. He looks like Lenny.
Just stare, Boney. Don't even sing. Just stare.
He just kind of talks.
If him and that tight pants lady got together, I mean, they could rule the world.
Dominion over all life.
I like that dance she's doing in her spandex outfit.
She's covering up his wang. He's got an anaconda in his lap.
Yeah,
Here he goes.
Boney.
No, he throws down, man.
Get it, man.
This guy. That's all he does. That's why I like him so much.
If we die and figure out that we can come back and do multiple lives, I want to be one of Boney M's backup dancers in one of my lives.
At any point in time.
But only if I have to sleep with him.
It's like you use one of those crystals for deodorant, don't you, buddy? Look at they're so bad that it's cutting out his head.
It
up there.
reminds
Oh,
me
you
of
cut
like
her,
the
yeah.
public service channel or whatever it is, public television.
Yeah,
like
the
we all
cable
have.
access.
There was the two dancing guys, and it was just a green screen, and these two guys. We turn it on every night at the bar. We're like, oh shit, it's 10 dancing guys are on,
Cable access.
and it was like 2 hours of these just two dudes just
Oh yeah.
doing their dance moves.
It's amazing the shit we'll watch. Like I got hooked on that Adult Swim one that was just fish tank. I don't know what it was called. It was like seriously 12 minutes of a fish tank
Yeah.
and narration. But I had to watch it. It's like root beer. You don't really like it, but you gotta have one every
You're
day.
gonna finish
root
it.
beer.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I'm addicted to root beer.
So one time
It doesn't taste very good, but I have to have one every day.
it was Kyle actually when we were sitting at our old place, and Matt was being all pissy, and I was like, "What do you want, Matt? You want a root beer float?" And he's all, "Root beer's for kids and retarded people." And Kyle looks at his bottle and he's drinking a root beer. Just looks at Matt's like, "I told you." Like, what are the chances? He's like, "I don't know. I just wanted a root beer." All sad. I think Matt just called you retarded.
He called you a retard.
Oh,
I
like
get
Kyle.
that. I get the same that ginger beer. I get. I get the root beer also.
Do you get the ginger beer they make
Bundaberg.
over here? Isn't
No.
there a place that makes it here?
I don't
Thought there
know.
was.
That could
Somebody
be.
was telling me.
I think that place are fruited, but I wasn't happy with it. Same
No.
with the root beer. I wasn't happy with, but I get that stuff from Australia, the Bundaberg stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's the best.
Ginger beer is amazing.
Yeah,
I had
that's-
never had it till about 5 years ago, and a friend of mine was really big into it, and he gave me one. I was like, "This shit is amazing."
I think we tried a local one a couple weeks ago. I think Ryan, our keyboard player, brought one, and it was just too strong. It wasn't as good. It wasn't the same.
Like you can definitely go too far with the
Yeah.
ginger and ginger beer.
Yeah, and
But
wait
when
till
it's spicy, you know, it's like it's spicy, like it hurts.
yeah, that's
like
bad.
this isn't good.
Yeah,
This is
not the
it's
good
bad.
birdie. The berries taste like
not
birdie.
the kind of tingle that you get from the ginger, but just like the skin from your tongue is being peeled off.
Exactly.
That thing, yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
not good.
So when I give you one of those, you'll see.
Yeah,
You
oh,
know,
I'll do it.
It's the
Definitely.
best.
Go get one.
Yeah,
You want one of them?
yeah, I'll do it.
All right.
Definitely.
I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, the Boney M thing is.
Boney's amazing.
Well, Roger came over the other night. Every year on my wife's birthday, Roger always misses it because it's always a Monday. So he comes over a night or two early, brings a bottle of Crown Royal,
Yep.
and then gets her drunk.
The huge, yeah.
Well, this time she wasn't going for it. She had like 3 drinks. She got a little buzzed. So Roger is. So he's like, well, I'm drinking it. And he keeps telling her, I'm buying you another bottle next week. But he gets hammered. And we do our usual, let's see if we can disgust each other with YouTube or something. You know, I always beat him by playing Morrissey or the Smiths,
Yeah.
you know. And I watch him melt.
Stuff that makes you feel. He
Yeah.
really doesn't
yeah,
like that.
no,
Ugh.
he doesn't.
He doesn't like the feels.
I'm not too
Makes
big
me
on the
feel
Smiths
nauseous
either.
when it's the Smiths and Morrissey.
Morrissey. I know that like,
Horrible.
he's sad. But I just want to punch him.
Yeah,
I do. When he starts singing.
make it
I
worse.
think Marcy even kind of wants to punch himself.
I think no, he definitely does. He wants to do
Look
lots
at all
of
that shit
thing.
floating in there.
Oh yeah, that's good stuff. The more shit that is full. Look at these caps. My Lord, it reminds me when I was a kid.
Yep.
Remember the Pepsis. were all
Michelle,
pulled?
just so
Yeah.
you know, there is cereal back there and cups.
Really? There's cup of cereal?
And
Cup of cereal.
John does have milk in the fridge.
Psh, milk. I just want cup of cereal.
Bundaberg.
Yeah, this stuff's the best.
I love Australians.
So if you want a cup of cereal, it's back there.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be on that.
Oh, yeah.
Benoit
Oh, yeah, that's
Waterbed.
good.
See what I'm saying?
That's really good.
So we looked up Boney M, and I really want to find this video, but I forget what the name of it is. And he's
Probably a
the
good
best
thing.
keyboard player ever.
The
Oh,
Rasputin one.
no,
is
the one I sent you, the Pink Floyd, The Wall guy.
No, this is ironically the best keyboard player in the world.
No,
Oh, that guy! Oh, yeah, that guy was amazing.
That guy was incredible. I mean, he was not even close to playing the song.
I
His
do
fills were
cereal.
great, and yet he still sang it.
Yeah.
Did I send that to you, that Pink Floyd guy?
I enjoyed that several times. I was trying to figure out what language, if it
Pinoy or
was a
something like that,
language,
Filipino or something like that.
but he was going in and out of English. And yeah, he wasn't even close. On
No,
playing it.
not even close.
He wasn't even. He wasn't in key. He wasn't even in the same state.
He really wasn't trying,
No, but he was singing it.
but he was
man.
entertaining.
Yeah, he was, and there's value in that. There was a guy that my dad. There was a guy who used to do. My dad did an open stage for years. He always did one, and that was his thing. He liked to get people who'd never been on stage to come up and play, and just you get 10 minutes, a couple songs, whatever. And this one guy would come up, and he was an amazing guitar player. I can't remember his name, but he had a cleft palate, and
Cleft
he
palates
was
freak me out. Just saying.
He was a good singer too. But when he would play Summertime Blues,
Yay! Thank you.
it was unbelievably hard to control yourself because, he'd get into that break where he'd go, ain't no telling what I'm gonna do, 'cause there ain't no cure for the summertime blues. And I'd be in the crowd with my hand over my mouth and tears
You're trying not
flying
to.
out of my
Yeah.
eyes, and my stepsister looking at me going, "Shut up!" And I'm just like.
You can't help it.
And he was a wonderful man. I didn't want to hurt his feelings, but it was the funniest things I've ever seen in my life.
There was a guy here that had a stroke, and he used to show up and do karaoke. So he would sing like Johnny B. Good, but when he held the microphone, it was always like this. And he tried to sing, one of those songs, but he was always like this after a stroke.
That's so terrible.
It's horrible. So you'd sit there and watch this guy do his, monotone.
But you're clapping anyway. It's
Oh,
like,
you have to.
badass,
You have to.
Yeah, you can't.
He's dead on one side, but he's sitting like this with the mic.
Yeah.
You
can't break somebody like that. I mean,
was
there's
great.
people out there that'll do it.
What's great is he actually recovered from that stroke. Recovered a lot, and he was always a car mechanic. The guy was always turning wrench. He was, at one time he was good, but yeah, he was doing that. And then after a while, all of a sudden he'd show up, and I was like, "Is that the same guy?"
Yeah.
I mean, I got to know him and everything. I'm not going to say his name, but I got to know him and everything. But he had mic control after a while.
Right. I've seen some amazing things in karaoke. I used to go to this bar in West Virginia. I don't think it's even open anymore. It was
Don't go looking for it.
Yeah, not going to.
The Electric Banana. It's not there
The
anymore.
electric banana.
Don't go look for it.
The shaky banana. But one night I was in there, and it was when I first met my wife. I took her there, and they had really good chicken wings. Is the only reason. I think we were watching a football game. When the football game ended, and it was karaoke night.
Ugh.
And there were some bad ones. And in comes this. The man was a transient, and he had matted hair, and he looked like Aqualung just walked in the door. You know, what
Snot
I mean?
was running down his nose.
Greasy
Yeah,
fingers,
yeah.
shabby clothes.
Ugh.
Until he got up and started singing. And you could put him next to Dean Martin, and you would not be able to tell
Yeah.
the difference. Listen, that man could sing. I got up and paid him $10 to play to do 3 more songs. I said, everyone else I've heard is absolutely terrible. Oh wow,
Oh, that's horrible. Yeah.
What is
That's
that?
been going around Facebook. It's
What
bad.
is this?
It's bad.
His name is Chum Drum
Yeah, he's been all over Facebook.
Bedrum.
really?
He made me get milk on my pants.
Yes.
Jesus, I was all wide mouth. What the fuck am I watching?
You're still dripping milk.
You're still getting milk everywhere.
I'm disoriented. That really threw me
Michelle,
off.
you lactating?
Can I have a cup of cereal? Leave me alone.
I like it when it's warm.
I was bartending down the street here at a place, and they had karaoke. And this guy come in. I give him a beer, and he just rough looking. His voice was like,
Yeah.
just rough looking. He had a big, rough voice, and he just talk, and give him a beer, and he says, "Yeah, put into sing. I'm gonna go sing. So I was like, "What are you singing?" He goes, I'm going to sing Eric Clapton's Tears in Heaven. Eric's my cousin. Oh, okay. All right. You know, this guy's last name was McDonald, and he was saying that his other cousin was Michael McDonald. Somehow they're all related, you know, Clapton, him and Michael McDonald. All right, I'm like, okay.
Of course they are.
Yeah, whatever you said. I don't believe shit this guy's saying, you know.
Right.
All right, just enjoy your beer. Here's a bud for you.
No woman, no drive.
Oh,
God.
Watch an Indian Thriller right now.
so he wants to get up and sing. It's time for him to get up, and people are like, oh, no. And you just hear them just kind of like, what the hell? And they're snickering and making jokes. I'm like, give the guy a break, man. You all got up there and fucked things up.
Yeah.
Give the guy a break. He gets up there and he starts singing. If you close your eyes, you would have heard Clapton, but better.
Oh, wow.
Okay? I mean, this guy has a voice on him.
Right.
And he kills it. And I just went, holy crap, where did you come from? So we used to do these jam nights and open mic stuff, you know? So he shows up one night, give him a guitar. So I'm on electric guitar, this guy's on acoustic, and another guy's on acoustic. And we're going through, it was White Room.
Mm-hmm.
We're playing Cream's White Room.
Yeah.
And this guy's singing it.
Yeah.
And he's just killing it.
Right.
I mean, he's laying down that guitar, playing. I'm throwing licks, you know, doing, you know, the best I can, playing, you know, licks on top of it. This other guy's playing rhythm with us, and this guy's just killing it vocally.
Yeah.
And he's playing guitar. The rhythm and everything just perfect. I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah.
Where'd you come from?
Yeah, it's always awesome, though.
Where'd you come from? You're home. And he was homeless. I used to work at a homeless shelter. I'd catch him at the homeless shelter. He was staying there for a while.
Yeah.
Oh, he was my biggest fan.
Oh, yeah.
He loved me. He thought I was
That's
the greatest
awesome.
guitar player ever. I run into him. He'd yell my name in the middle of Dio! And I'm like, what the fuck? Who's that?
It's Michelle. She's really stoned.
Do you have a fucking submarine? Is that a submarine?
That's hilarious.
That's why I'm known for in movies just going, what? The fuck? I turn into a black lady every now and then in the movie.
I
But
told
only
you,
during the previews. During the movie, I'm pretty okay.
you're okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, shall we end this?
Sure.
Let's get out of here. We all got our snacks.
Yeah, we got snacks.
All right, Brendan, take us out with Christopher Walken.
We're all going now. Not sure where, but we're not here to hang out with you. Good night.
We'll see y'all later.
Goodbye, sweetie.
No
John, you're up.
woman, no drive.
Not
Did you see that
with
actually
you.
like sent you the videos in advance?
I used to, you know, when we all heard Christopher Walken, we were trying to do the voice. It was a bunch of us. So it was my apartment and 5 people all trying to do Christopher Walken's voice. So once I learned it, I stopped because I couldn't stand it anymore. Because Kyle, I mean, it was Kyle.
Yeah, you have to hear it all the time.
And he was terrible at it, and he was the loudest person in the room, and he would do Christopher Walken.
Girls be a dick your wagon.
But he would only say one thing. He would do the Christopher Walken
soldering
from Joe
iron,
Dirt.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're talking to my friend. All wrong tone. But he didn't do it. He just sounded like Kyle talking really loud.
Right.
Like, please stop it.
Like a little bit of spit in the side of his mouth.
Somebody play Barbie.
To be drunk out.
Somebody
See,
play Barbie.
I'll try doing Christopher Walken. It's going to sound like Kermit the Frog or something, you know?